Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna. So this is Sunday again, and it's Father's Day. And really, everybody must be wondering, where did this Father's Day come from? And if you look at it, Father's Day actually started as a pagan religion somewhere. Pagan, I checked out what pagan means. Any religion which is not established religion or mainstream. So something started locally somewhere. But in America in early 1900s, so one lady started the Mother's Day, and then another lady later on thought, I want to glorify my father. So that's how it started Father's Day. So whatever starts in America, the rest of the world copies. And Srila Prabhupada's strategy was the same. If I make the Americans into Vaishnavas, then the whole world will actually follow. And that's exactly what happened. So, today we'll go along with the rest of the world and celebrate Father's Day. But what is the definition of father? Usually in a marriage, in a family there, daddy is the father, so you give him cards and everything. But those who are following spiritual paths, for them, father means the Supreme Lord. And I will quote you a Bhagavad Gita verse later on, Pitahamasya Jakto, later on. And I'll tell you in Bhagavad Gita, it says who is the father. And also a guru is called, spiritual master or spiritual father. So that's Father's Day for you. And then we have our Srila Prabhupada, he's our grandfather. So today, whoever started, doesn't matter. But today we're going to celebrate Father's Day by first going over to Patappavan's house and doing our first prayers to Srila Prabhupada, the Pandacharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And all of you, please meditate. And once again, Shravan, who does the production, he will have various interjections of videos and snaps. I really like that, so I'm looking forward to what he's going to present today. So over to Patapam Prabhu for Srila Prabhupada's arati. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. Go ahead. And we're in Coventry, so I think they're ready again. I think let's try again. They're ready for Srila Prabhupada. Okay, here we go. Sound is off. Yeah, come on. Guru Saraswati.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakhya Chitite Koriyakhya
Guru Mukha Padma Vacha Chitete Koriyakhya
Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charana Rathi Ese Uttama Gati
Shri Guru Sarane Rati Satsang
Ye Prasad Puri Sarvasha
Ye Prasad Pure
Ye Prasad Puri Sarvasha
Ye Prasad
Chakudana dilo je jamne jamne Prabhu se Divya Gyan de Prakasito Prema Bhakti ha hote avidya vinasa jate Vide gaya hara charito Vide gaya hara charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Divana Aha Prabhu Koro Doya Deho More Pada Chaya Aha Prabhu Koro Doya Deho More Pada Chaya Ibigay gusto tribubana. Do'y padali la sharana. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana. Srila Gurudev Patita Pavana. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj. Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय प्रभुपाद की, जय गुरु महाराज की, गौर परमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।
Now, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So you must be wondering why Srila Prabhupada is being glorified, in the beginning of all the programs. One of the things Srila Prabhupada did was he started the Rath Yatra in the West, in San Francisco. And when the devotees, they saw this beautiful form of Jagannath Baldesubhadra, they asked Srila Prabhupada, what is this form? And Srila Prabhupada said immediately, let's do Rath Yatra. So that was the first Rath Yatra in the West in San Francisco, ages ago. So what we would like to do is now go over and see a video where we can see the mood of Srila Prabhupada during the Rath Yatra. He's a pure devotee enjoying the pulling of the chariot, which is done in Puri every year about this time. So we'll talk about that later on. Over to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Ho.
Then everything will be clearly understood about spiritual life, and very easily we shall be able to go back to home, back to God. Now this occasion I may explain a little bit. Here you see Jagannath and Balaram and Subhadra. There Krishna and his elder brother and his sister Subhadra. There is a place in India about 90 miles north of Delhi. We have heard the name of New Delhi. The place is named Kurukshetra. It is accepted as the holy place, pilgrimage. People still gather there, especially during the evening, solar and lunar eclipse. So there was one 5,000 years ago, there was a solar eclipse, And all people from all parts of India, they came to Kurukshetra, and Krishna at that time was Prince at Dwarka. He also came with his elder brother and sister. Krishna, in his childhood, he was raised as the foster son of Maharaj Nanda and Mother Yashoda in Vrindavan. Then when he was grown up, you'll find this history in the Krishna book. The incident is that Krishna was the beloved personality in Vrindavan. So when he left Vrindavan, all the people there, they're very, very unhappy. So when Krishna came to Kurukshetra from Dwarka with his brother and sister, these people in Vrindavan, they got news that Krishna is coming there. Vrindavan is about the same distance. Kurukshetra is better distance. Anyway, they came to see Krishna out of their love. And the most beloved personality, Srimati Radharani, she was requesting Krishna that you are the same Krishna, I am the same Radharani, but the place is not the same. You are here in Kurukshetra, in royal opulence, and you are coming from the village. So, you again please turn to Vrindavan. This was Radharani's request, and it is very ecstatic feeling. Those who are advanced devotees, they can enjoy. So, we observe this incident annually in as many places in the Western countries. At the present moment, we hold this ceremony in London, San Francisco, Chicago, Philadelphia, Buffalo, Melbourne, yes. This is the very beginning festival. So I thank you very much. You have come here and try to understand our philosophy. You are all educated boys and girls. We have got 57 books. Try to read and try to understand and take it very seriously, and you will be happy. Thank you very much.
Prabhupada, that was amazing. You know, these footages in black and white, they make you go back in time. It's really, really wonderful. Now, Rath Yatras are happening all over the world, but this year there's a little bit of suspense whether on Tuesday we're going to see the Rath Yatra, you know, in Jagannath Puri, because everybody views it all over the world. So now, you know, we've got a special guest here, Vidhu Prabhu, who's the temple president of ISKCON Coventry. So I would like to interview him and ask him a couple of questions. So if Vidhu Prabhu, if you're on, have you unmuted your mic, please? Vidhu Prabhu?
Yes,
I'm on. Hare Krishna.
I'm on.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, Vidhu Prabhu. Now you've been to Jagannath Puri many times. And I do remember once, you know, you came with me to the Rath Yatra, maybe 2007. And I have a question for you. What are your fond memories of that trip you did?
Just a small correction. The Rath Yatra, it was Vidurani who was with you, not me. I went with Vidurani on another occasion.
Oh, okay.
There are so many memories. Where do you start? Those who have been, you know, you will understand the excitement, the crowd. When you see the crowd, it is just amazing. And you have to take your hat to the organizers for organizing thousands upon thousands of people coming to take darshan of the Lordship who's coming out on that day to go out to Gundicha. So if I start there, the Lordship's coming out. That was an amazing experience. The Lordships are being carried by pandas, by the priests. It's being carried. And it's just Jagannath, Baladev, deity, Subhadra deities are huge. They're huge and they're very, very heavy. And to see this team of pandas, jostling, like rocking the Lordship, just inches at a time, forward. It's just amazing that the strength they have, the dedication they have to do this service from the beginning to the end. That was just amazing. That is, look, Lord Jagannath is amazing. Look, he's taller than the men, the sevaks around him. He's taller than that. So you can imagine how heavy he is, Lord of the universe. Then all three lordships are being put on the earth. It takes actually a long time. Don't underestimate the effort required for this. But the mood is so festive. It is so festive. The route of the Rath is called the grand. Is it the parade? Correct me. The road. I forget the grand road. I think. Sorry, it's the grand road.
Yes.
And then it's perhaps a kilometer, 2-3 kilometer distance they have to go. And it's just then they're slowly brought down, and you have to understand this is the middle of summer now. My memory is this is the middle of summer and it's hot, it is humid, and all these people are just squashed in there, but they're excited. They're excited to take part in this ceremony. They're so excited. And everybody wants to pull the rod, and there are so many different groups around doing the different kirtans. And I was so impressed with what one Gaudiya Vaishnava party, maybe ISKCON party of 20-30 devotees doing kirtan from the beginning to when I couldn't carry on. I couldn't carry on following the Rath, but they just went on. First, I had to wait for such a long time. Look at this, look at it. They were there just rocking and dancing in this heat. It's amazing. And the authorities make a wonderful arrangement. There are fire trucks there. They're hosing the people. The whole water is being sprayed in the air, and it falls down and lands on the people. They need it. They need it. Some people, because of here you watching it, the rocking of the Lordship. Take him to the Rath. There's one sevak behind. He's walking backwards. He's tied to the Lordships, and he's walking backwards. He's rocking also. Can you imagine? The effort required that? Look at the excitement of all these people there. This is a huge road, and it's like this throughout. It is this capacity of devotees come to take darshan of the Lordship throughout, from beginning to end. And you know what my amazing recollection is? Okay, sometimes the Lordships will stop. Jagannath, 3 cars, and Jagannath will stop for some reason. The Rath is totally under the control of Lord Jagannath. When he decides to move, the Rath moves. When he says, I don't want to move, the Rath stays there. It can't move. No matter what you do, the Rath does not move. So sometimes the Rath stops by night. When the sun is setting, the Rath cannot move forward anymore. So they haven't reached Gundicha yet. So the Rath has to stay there overnight. Throughout the whole, so you can imagine this journey from the Sri Mandir, the Jagannath temple, to Gundicha can take more than a day sometimes. And the crowd is, the biggest crowd is where Lord Jagannath is and where the other Raths are. But if the Rath has stopped, and throughout the whole period, wherever the Rath has stopped, doesn't matter. This number of devotees going to the temple and then going back, it is constant. It is a constant flow of people. It's such an amazing experience.
Here on the stool, so I keep
So So as I said, there's so many memories, so many incidents that you can talk about. And the other amazing thing I do remember is you had to fight to get to the rope to pull the rath. You have to, it's not easy to get to the rope, and there's such a crowd of people. They're all eager to pull the rath. But when you do get to the rope, for a few seconds you are there, it's a big rope. It's about this big, and you wonder how can anybody grip it and then pull it. So it makes you wonder who's pulling the rath. Who's pulling the rath? Honestly, you think this is a miracle. How is the rath moving? Because it's difficult to grab a rope this big and try and pull it. It's not unlike the London Rath Yatra. It's a thin rope. You can put your hands firmly around that rope, and you can pull it. You can this big. How do you do it?
Yeah, Vidu Prabhu.
Haribo.
Oh yeah, okay, because we got other interviews also lined up. That was amazing, and I love the pictures which were being shown. She took me back there. Now you see all these people there. The question is there going to be a Rath Yatra this year? And we rang today one of the persons we know, and he says, they're still deciding. So by tomorrow, they might have a decision either way. But they're expecting, the devotees expect that Jagannath will do something. He always does. So tomorrow is very, very exciting, for the devotees to know whether they're going to go ahead with the Rath Yatra or not. But what is your feeling about if the Rath Yatra is cancelled? Because it's not happening around the world anyway. The London Rath Yatra got cancelled. So what is your personal feeling about that?
I think previously we saw footage of Srila Prabhupada, and the Rath Yatras around the world are thanks to Srila Prabhupada. Now just feeling, how Prabhupada would be so pained that something he started all over the world would not be happening this year. And the other angle I was coming from was thinking, Lord Jagannath, he's totally in charge. What happens around there? He's totally in charge. Nothing happens without his will. Like I said, the rath, if he decides that's not going to move, it doesn't move. It just stays in one place.
Yes.
In Jagannath Puri, something happens called Navkalevar every 12 years or more. This happened just a few years ago, where the form of the lordships are changed. And each time that happens, that form of the Lord, that deity has a particular bhav, particular way of. The previous one, everybody said he's very benevolent, he's very kind, very generous. This time they're all saying he's very serious. So I'm just wondering if Jagannath, it is in his hands. He may. I know there are discussions and appeals going on with the Supreme Court, with the Raja of the Orissa, and all this discussion going on. Something may happen, but then if it does happen, it will be very, very controlled. That people must understand. It won't be a normal Rath Yatra. It will be just a sevaks, no public.
Yeah, Vidhu Prabhu, I was just thinking while you're talking, this is a bit like when the gopis were there with Krishna, before the Ras dance, and he was going very good. Recently there's been the Rath Yatra, all over the world is being watched, and he's become so popular. And just like that Ras Leela, Krishna just went away, and later on he explained, I did that to excite you even more, that you want me more. And I would think that this has happened, that Jagannath saying, I'm not going to go out, and let me see the reaction of the devotees. And the devotees are feeling sad, not only in Jagannath Puri, all over the world, because all over the world, I think the Rath Yatras are stopped. So maybe Krishna is doing that Leela there. What do you think?
This is highly possible. It's highly possible. But also,
rest-wise, yeah, it seems. Look at those chariots. Look so, like old parade, and this ground road is ground. We go there every time, and they clear the whole place up, and the Rath carts are ready. Pandas are ready, everybody's ready, but Jagannathji has made an arrangement. He's missed away, and I think everybody's missing. So, Vidhu Prabhu, thank you so much for sharing, your fond memories. It really brought me back to the Rath Yatra in Puri when we went. Thank you so much. So now we'll move over We'll go over to the temple pujaris who are wonderful. Bibu Gaur and Sachinandan Prabhu and Alok Prabhu went today to the temple and they sang a beautiful Jai Jai Jagannath Sachinandan bhajan. And please let's engross and hear this lovely devotees. And Bibu is very expert at singing this bhajan. So please pay attention to the wording and feel the bhav of the bhajan. Jai Ho.
Jaya Jaya Jagannatha Sachirananda Tribhuvana Pareja Charanabandha Jaya Jaya Jagannatha Sachirananda Tribhuvana Pareja Charanabandha Nilachara Shankha Chakra Gada Parmadhara Nilachara Shankha Gada Parmadhara Nadia Nagare Ganga Kamandala Hare Krishna naam ko korila prachara. Hare Krishna naam ko korila prachara. Jayo jayo Jagannatha Sachidananda Vasudeva Ghosha Bale Orijana Vasudeva Ghosha Bale Orijana Jai Gaur Shri Krishna Shri Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, that was wonderful. And those people who've been missing the, the temple, there you are. You got a, view of the temple and the altar. And later on at 6 o'clock, we'll be doing arati and we'll be able to go to the, the altar again. So now we have something special for you for this Father's Day special. And for us, it's Jagannath Ji special. We're going to do a virtual tour of Puri, and our production man, Shravan Kumar, helped by his sister Radha Roop, they put together a video. I'm really excited. I want to see it because the whole idea was every now and then we'll do a virtual tour of various dhams, so you, in the comfort of your homes, can actually enjoy the yatras of Bharat. I don't know if the flights are on again or not, but it doesn't really matter. We will take you there in the virtual space and let you enjoy. So sit back and enjoy this beautiful video they've made. It took them, since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a few days. So let's see what we got. Thank you.
Every year, millions of pilgrims faithfully visit 4 sacred spots around Bharat: Sri Badrinath in the north, Rameshwaram in the south, Dwarka Dham in the west, and Jagannath Puri Dham in the east. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 4, Srila Prabhupada said that all faithful Hindus still visit these holy places for perfection of spiritual realization. So great are these 4 dhams that they are said to be the main dham for each yuga. For example, Badrinath is the main dham for Satyug, Rameshwaram is the main dham for Treta Yuga, Dwarka Dham is the main dham for Dwapar Yuga, and Jagannath Puri Dham is the main dham for Kali Yuga. Beyond the beauty of the dhams themselves, the leelas that take place within each dham are captivating. Sri Vishnu rests in Badrinath. He bathes in Rameshwaram, performs his duties in Dwarka, and eats in Jagannath Puri. Thus, not only is Jagannath Puri the chief of all dhams in Kali Yuga, it is the home of the most enjoyable pastime of Krishna, to honor Bhog. Whilst there is so much we can talk about in regards to Jagannath Puri Dham, due to time constraints, today we will focus on the main temple of Jagannath Puri, called Sri Mandir.
केड़े सुंदरा साथे कालियार नवा काले बारा.
Sri Mandir is the main temple of Jagannath Puri, being the main home of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sudarshan Dev. The temple is named in honor of Lakshmi Devi, the chief wife of Jagannath Ji. Actually, it is considered to be her home first before Jagannath's. For example, after Rath Yatra, when Jagannath Ji returns back to Sri Mandir, Lakshmi Mata slams the door shut on him because she is angry that he went away for so long without her. In order to appease her and therefore be allowed back into Sri Mandir, Jagannath Ji offers Lakshmi Mata rasgullas. This is the only time in the year where Jagannath offers bhog rather than eating it. Towering 214 feet into the sky is the chakra of the temple Shikhar. Here, every Ekadashi, a jyot or ghee lamp is lit on behalf of Lakshmi Mata to her father Varun Dev. Like every loving father at the time of his daughter's marriage, Varun Dev was anxious that his daughter Lakshmi Devi would remain happy, content, and loved at her new home with her husband. He therefore asked Lakshmi Mata to give him a sign each and every Ekadashi to let him know that she is okay and happy. Thus, every Ekadashi, a jyot is lit on the Shikhar, which is visible from the sea so that Varun Dev knows his daughter is happy. Sri Mandir is the crescent jewel of Jagannath Puri. It is the pinnacle of devotion, love, and compassion. Simply by walking through one of the 4 entrances of the temple, one can achieve dharma, artha, kam, or moksha. Entering the temple on the northern gate awards one with dharma, and is the gate used by the demigods when reporting to Jagannath Ji each and every evening. For this reason, the gate remains open late into the night. Entering through the western gate awards one with artha, whilst entering the temple through the south gate fulfills one's desires. Finally, if you choose to enter through the eastern gate, you are blessed with liberation. It is said that so many people were getting liberated by entering this gate that Yamraj got worried. He complained to Jagannath Ji that his hellish planets were becoming empty, so upon his request, Jagannath Ji arranged for a Yamshila to be present at the eastern gate entrance. Any pilgrim who steps on the Shila after taking Jagannath Ji's darshan has his punya taken away. However, any pilgrim who steps on the Shila on the way into the temple is freed from Yam Dand, or the punishment of Yamraj. Thus, as we enter the eastern gate, we are greeted with 22 sacred steps. These are not ordinary steps, for they are said to be the steps where various demigods and celestial beings gather to witness Jagannath Ji's Pahandi during the famed Rath Yatra festival. For example, on the 3rd step near the Yamshila, Chitragupt and the Yamdoots gather to witness Jagannath Ji's Pahandi. On the seventh step is a Pitru Shila, where the departed souls gather to witness Jagannath Ji's Pahandi. This is also the place where Jagannath Ji, in the form of Madan Mohan, comes once a year during Sharad to offer Pindan to Nand Baba and Yashoda, Vasudev and Devki, and Dashrath and Kaushalya. There are various beliefs associated with these 22 steps. Steps 1 to 5 describe the 5 sense organs: the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. Steps 6 to 10 describe the breathing prans. These are Pran, Apan, Vayan, Udan, and Saman. Steps 11 to 15 describe the inner beauty, so Roop, Ras, Swad, Gandh, and Shabd. And steps 16 to 20 describe the Panch Mahabhutas, which are earth, water, fire, air, and space. The 21st step is for wisdom, and finally the 22nd step is the ego. Thus, it is only after one crosses these 22 universal ingredients that one is able to take darshan of the Lord of the universe. Once we arrive at the inner courtyard of the temple, we see hundreds of small temples dedicated to the demigods. Notably, Jagannath Puri is also a Shakti Peeth, with Bimala Mata's temple being situated within the Sri Mandir compound. Every time Bhog is offered to Jagannath Ji, it is then immediately offered to Bimala Devi, upon which it becomes Mahaprasad. It is for this reason that our great Acharya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, was named Bimala Prasad. The chakra and flag. If we look up to the top of the shikhar of Sri Mandir, we see the Neel chakra gracing the top of the temple dome. This was installed by King Ramchandra Dev in 1594 and can be seen from miles around. Every afternoon, Garud Sevaks fiercely climbed the temple to the Neela Chakra to fasten a new flag onto the chakra, which blows handsomely in the wind. The flags are embroidered with the crescent moon and sun in the middle, signifying Jagannath's ever-watchful loving guardian glance throughout our days and nights. During Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time in Jagannath Puri, he famously asked Haridas Thakur to simply take darshan of the Vishnu Chakra and offer namaskar, since he was unable to enter the temple. In fact, it is said that taking darshan of the Neela Chakra is the same as taking darshan of Jagannath Ji. There is so much to rejoice in when hearing the glories of Sri Mandir, but today is a small introduction. Stay tuned for the next episode where we will venture further around the temple compound and into the temple building itself. But for now, Jai Jagannath.
That was amazing. I really loved it. Well done, Shravan and Radharoop. That was amazing. I'm sure everybody liked it. Big round of applause for that. So we did say to you it's going to be a special program, and this is our first try at a feature of a dham. And Shravan Prabhu had written the script. He spoke it as well, and we're really, really proud of him. So this is wonderful, professionally done. So you can see every other program will have some dham where he'll actually describe. I'm going to give him the responsibility of doing research and speaking it. Maybe he's our next David Attenborough, you think? You know, he'll go really close to the deities and whisper something or something like that. So that was really wonderful. So now we've got something else, which is a beautiful offering to Lord Jagannath. Apparently Adi Shankara wrote this, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to recite it. So, we can't have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming here, but we got his Das Anudas, Guru Sevak Das. And in London Rath Yatra, whenever we do the Rath Yatra, we get to Trafalgar Square when we finish the kirtans, and then Guru Sevak takes over, and people are mesmerized with this offering to the Rath Yatra. So please sit back. Imagine you're in Trafalgar Square, and we just finished the kirtans. We got there, we're a little tired, and now we're going to hear Guru Sevak, and we'll try to recreate that environment. Here we go, Guru Sevak.
Jagannath Ashtakam Punyam Yapate Prayadasuchi Sarva Papa Vishodhatma Vishnu Lokam Sagachati Jagannath Swami Nayana Pata Gami Bhagavato Jagannath Swami Nayana Pata Gami Bhavatune Kadachit Kalingi Tata Vipinasi Tatarabo Mudavir Nari Vadan Kamala Sanamadopa Namashambhamara Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Tuji Sarveno Shira Shishikiti Dukulanitante Saha Karikatacham Vedate Sadashima Vindavana Vasati Parikaya Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Bodhistire Kana Arati Ashikare Vasapasaranga Saha Parvadrina Bodhina Subhadamaya Sasaka Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Kripa Paravara Saja Jagadashini Ruchiva Ramabhani Rama Sura Amala Pakhiru Mukha Surindre Raja Shakti Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhagatune Ratharuda Gacchantati Ekadeva Patagami Stuti Pata पावन पति परम पाकर्ण सदया जय सिंह बंदो सदा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी भगत जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी नवे यचराचरं जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी हरतं संसारं दुःखं परमसारं सुरपते भरतं पापानां पिता किमपारं यादवपते बहुति नाते जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पंथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन Jai Jagannath, Jai Mahima. That was very beautifully done. And, we're so excited to actually interview devotees who've been to Puri. And one of them is Tamal Varnam from Rugby. And I remember that was his first visit to, Puri. And so that was the excitement. And then the Rath Yatra as well. So we're looking forward to asking, Tamal Prabhu, there was loads of people there. That's what I believe. And then one of the particular deities out of Jagannath Baldesubhadra, you really liked one of them very much. So tell us about your fond memories of that incredible festival.
Where do I begin? I need the whole program just to explain and everything that I experienced. 2015, and I was very blessed that Lord Jagannath gave me the opportunity to attend Rath Yatra in Navakaleva, and the experience was absolutely mind-blowing. And when I mean mind-blowing, I've been to the Dham, we go to Vrindavan, and it's such a beautiful mood. But the mood of Jagannath Puri is it's one that you need to be there to feel, and it's so energetic. I remember, I went with Shravan Kumar Prabhu, and I went with Prakash Prabhu also from Rugby. And I remember the first time I went out, It was really hot. It was a good 40 odd degrees, and there's devotees everywhere. I have never seen so many devotees, and everybody's really fired up. And you hear, just as Vidya Prabhuji was saying, you hear little bands of kirtan in one side. You've got like the Gaudiya Vaishnava of devotees on one side. You hear Gauranga, Nityananda. You hear and you're immersed. It's like that feeling. You know when you get off the aeroplane and the elevator doors open and you're hit with the heat. Soon as you step out onto Grand Road, it's everybody's fired up, and that feeling, you need to be there to experience it. But so I remember when I remember Shravan Kumar Prabhu saying to me, he goes, just be careful of the crowds. I remember we were walking through and the crowd just came out of nowhere. And I remember seeing the Balaramji's Tahiya moving, and it was just this feeling just took over me. You're just immersed. Like you see Balaramji come out and they run down with Subhadra Maharani, and they run out with Darshanji. They carry on their shoulders, and then Jagannathji comes out, and the roar, you hear the roar of the devotees, and you hear these devotees chanting in Orient, and it's just you don't see anything around you that's actually happening, because if you actually see it from, like, let's say a complex or a courtyard, and you look down and there's just thousands of people everywhere, and you're in there, and you actually think to yourself, wow, I'm so lucky that the Lord's given me this opportunity to see the Lord come out of the temple this one time out of the year. I remember we walked up and we went out for, that evening, we went out to do a darshan, because Jagannathji had stopped halfway going to Gundicha Mandir. And we went out, it was about Mangalarti time, and we went out to offer a ghee lamp to Jagannathji. Oh my God, that darshan was just amazing. It was just, there was hundreds of people there, and you looked up at the Rath and Jagannathji was just there. And I just thought, how lucky are we? The Lord's out at night, giving darshan to his devotees in the evening, in the morning. So blessed. We came back, and I remember this was, I mean, the memory that you raised. I got really attached to Subhadra Maharani. I don't know why, it was just this attachment that I had. And I remember Shravan Prabhu and Prakash Prabhu, they went out, Jagannathji was coming back from Gundicha Mandir, and the rope is huge. This rope could pull a ship. And I remember once I was pulling the rope as well, and it was like I was surfing amongst the devotees. And I actually got pushed so much at one point, I was actually climbing on top of the rope, just being fed around with the devotees. All these devotees are pulling and they're pulling, and it's all in sync. But the main real big fond memory that I really had was I went back to the hotel room, and I really needed water. It was so hot. They're spraying water on the devotees, and I came back and I was like, and my flip-flops had broken because everyone's standing on top of each other. They're so supercharged. I got back and I was like, bro, I need to go and get new chapala sandals, and I'll head back out. I'll meet you guys back out there. And there's so many people there. You have to surf through the devotees. I remember I got back to the complex. I got into the courtyard and I could see Balaramji coming back. I could see Subhadra Mayya's Rath, and I could see Jagannathji's Rath. And I thought, I need to get back out there. And I got downstairs, and the deities were coming closer and closer. Jagannathji was coming closer and closer, and I couldn't get through the devotees, and I was really upset by it. I was like, Jagannathji, you brought me out this far, and you're not going to let me pull your Rath back, please. I got back in. I was really upset. I got back up onto the courtyard, and straight away, bang! The brakes dropped right outside our hotel room. And I was just like, wow, oh my God, I'm getting darshan like right in front of me. And it was Subhadra Mayya's Rath that stopped right outside, that stopped the whole procession. Wow. I could see, like, I was just there, like, I was like, what's happening? But yeah, I was so immersed at that point. I just stood there. Someone could have pushed me up. I wouldn't even know what's going on. So the Lord sucks you in. And the feeling that I got from Jagannath Puri Dham was like, Jagannathji knows, he gives you the feeling. And all the devotees can probably say that he makes you feel as that I know you are here, and something will happen with you, where the Jagannathji will say, I know you're here, and I want you to know that I know you're here. Does that make sense?
It does.
And
we've all experienced that, Tamal Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, Tamal Prabhu, would you go again to see the Rath Yatra if they start? And I mean, from what you said there, you drew me into the atmosphere, environment of the Rath Yatra. I think you should go again. So what's your view on it? I mean, now you're your daughter as well, Gorangi, and you're married. So
I will carry Gorangi on my shoulders, and then Rita could jump on top as well. I'll go tomorrow. If we had an opportunity to go this year to Rath Yatra, we would go with a drop of a hat, Rosie. My favorite dham.
That's really good. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that interview. That was really exciting. And I was going to ask you more questions, but I have here with me Bhakta Alok. And, all of you are the percussionists of London Rath Yatra. It's famous all over. People see you on the video. And so now I've got a young Bhakta Alok with me. So Alok Prabhu, so your experiences of London Rath Yatra, I believe once you dressed up as Krishna as well on that procession, and I think came on the Times newspaper right in the front page, and some of the devotees were standing next to you taking photographs because you were painted blue and everything. So if you could tell us about that memory.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were a bit late for the procession, and I quickly had to put the blue on. I had to put the crown on. I quickly had to put it on. It was Devki, who's at the manor at the moment. But basically, you had to put that on, quickly you had to rush. And as soon as I got into the crowd, there was like, people wanted to take pictures, because also I was dressed up. And then there was loads of camera people in the face, and I was going to get blind because there's so many cameras, flashing in the face. But that was just a service, just to show, different parts of what Jagannath looks like. But then after that, as the years went on, I actually took part into the kirtans. Oh, so, I learned how to play the djembe. And once I started to learn that, then I was, one of the kirtaniers, getting into it. Because when I was little, when it was at the Battersea Park, I would just be walking at the side and not taking any part. Getting involved, yeah. And now it's going when it goes to Trafalgar, even Battersea Park as well. I managed to play the djembe and then get into the kirtans, and then able to play with some Maharajas as well that came there, Loknath Maharaj and all that.
You need quite a lot of elbow space when you're playing the djembe. How do you manage it with people in front, back? Sometimes they push you out. How do you manage all that?
I usually get pushed to the back because there's always some Mataji that comes and just pushes me at the back. Somebody with big cymbals, starts to push. So I just try and play as loud as I can so that at least then the rest of the people can hear, because it's loud. I mean, the djembe I use is 11 kg, so it's quite wide. Heavy. So it's heavy, but it has a nice loud sound. So with that, with all the Punjabi dolls that we use.
I mean, who plays the dolls?
It's the one who's, Shravan Kumar, he's the one who's doing all this live broadcast. And then obviously Tamal, who just saw the interview with.
Oh, right.
And then there's a Prakash from rugby. He has his own little snare drum and plays with that. And there's obviously other people coming in as well. And then you always get different devotees singing with their own characters, like Manohar Prabhu and all the other Vaishnavas. And then it's nice that you can play with.
And sometimes you get some Maharajas, they join us. And then how do you feel? Because when ordinary devotees are singing, that's okay, you can relax. But when a particular Maharaj is there, what is your mood then? How to back them up?
Well, you just got to obviously listen to what they're saying, singing, and then play accordingly. And obviously, try and bring the Maharajas bring their own mood, effulgence of the kirtans, and that actually shows. Because there was one, I'm not sure which Maharaj it was. I think where we were going towards Trafalgar Square, and it was raining as anything.
But this Sarup, the Mother Maharaj.
Yeah, and so then there's that certain point when it was really hot. And it was really hot, and at that corner it rained for a little bit. Everybody was all in gratefulness that Lord Jagannath gave us, rain to just cool us down a bit, and then go from that. And like I said, all the Maharajas come, they added more flavor to the mix.
I mean, this year there's no London Rath Yatra, so what's your mood like? I mean, when you went on the Rath Yatra, went on the coach and everything like that, it was a whole day event. So are you missing it?
Yeah, I mean, usually we would go on the coach and try and get there, and do the procession, and then afterwards go to the manor and take darshan and Radharani's bakery. People do go there as well. But, obviously this year it's not going to happen, but I think it's best us to be safe and stay at home, yeah. and so you don't, get COVID-19 and all that kind of thing. And then at least then we can still do these kind of programs online.
I mean, we got Bhakti Charan Maharaj. You went to America, and from Ujjain, and sadly he got the COVID-19 and he's in intensive care. So I think, you know, devotees should be very careful. Don't think you're Hare Krishna, so it's not going to happen to you. And obviously Maharaj didn't think like that, but he just went on a mission. But we, as devotees, also should protect ourselves from this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've seen on Facebook somebody saying that the book distributors and all that are risking it. It's good that they're going out to give the holy name, but then they're risking themselves, which then they won't be able to do any service on, and they'll spread it to other people. Yeah. So it's best to just stay at home if you can, and we've got doing all these online programs.
And finally, if you can tell me which is more stressful, playing the djembe or working the camera and the computer and all that kind of thing.
Working the camera and everything. So yeah, so
more stressful.
It's more stressful, but you know, at the end of the day, we're giving out the message to everybody online, and they're able to receive all the, you know, the kirtans and the blessings and everything, and that way, the result is good.
That's wonderful. So now, big round of applause for his seva all the time. You actually became Lord Krishna, and you know, you were in the times and all that, so that was fantastic. So well done. So now we are going to go over to what do we have here? No, we actually have Anuragi. She's going to sing Manima, 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 and that's you know, an amazing bhajan, because Lord Jagannath is called Manima, means Seth, a rich man. So Anuragi is able to emulate that mood. She'll play on the harmonium and we'll try to sing. I think the words will go on the screen as well for others to join us. And so please, if you take your seats, please, let's glorify Lord Jagannath as Manima. Bolo Manima, Manima. So wonderful. Jai Ho.
Jai Jagannath. So this is a traditional Oriyan bhajan sung in the Oriya language, and it's also sung in the Jagannath Puri temple in the evenings. And it's about a devotee making a plea to Lord Jagannath Ji, and he's expressing his ill fortune and pitiful condition, and praying for the mercy of Lord Jagannath, and praying for the shelter of the lotus-eyed King Lord Jagannath. Manima, 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 Sunima, hey, you, Gari, Dada,
Manima, Manima, Sunima, hey, you, Gari, Dada.
Manima, Manima, Sunima, hey, you, Gari, Dada.
Manima, Manima, Sunima, hey, you, Gari, Dada. So in brief, what is this bhajan saying?
So it's a plea of a poor devotee who's ill fortune and he doesn't have much going for him. So he's begging for the mercy of Lord Jagannath and saying, please keep me, lotus-eyed Lord. So it's a plea of a devotee just begging on the shelter to depend on Lord Jagannath.
Oh, it's very, very good. I always loved it. And I remember, when you go into the temple, there's a mandap there where all the kirtanas sit there. And when I first heard it, this I remembered most. And this devotee is actually a counselor, but he comes every evening to sing bhajans to Lord Jagannath. It's wonderful. So thank you very much for that. Now we're going to go over to Solihull for an interview with young Bhakta Sudarshan. So Sudarshan, are you there?
Thanks, Namarji.
Hi, very nice. And so Sudarshan Prabhu, we've had the experiences of Jagannath Puri, Rath Yatra, the London one, and now we're coming to you for the experiences in Coventry Rath Yatra. So I know you go to the London one as well, but what are your fond memories of Coventry Rath Yatra? It's smaller, but is it as enjoyable as the others? And what is your experience? So if you can share that with the viewers.
So I think I had I like the Pahandi very much, especially for our Radiyatra, because it's a special service to the Lord, and we can greet the Lord into the cart to take him around to show him this world or this city. So I think all the kids were also involved, and we practiced with Anuayamati and Shravanpur, so we could make it a sweet and memorable service for Jagannath Ji.
That's wonderful. You know, sometimes your children dress up as different characters. You know, I mean, what have you dressed up as in the past?
I've just, I don't think I've done anything for Jagannath Ji, but in the dramas I've had parts of Agasur, Nasingadev, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and other parts.
Yeah, so you know the Kovni Rath Yatra. I mean, what is the path? I mean, where do they go? You know, when they have the little chariot. So maybe you can tell the viewers what we do.
So what we do is we start in the park. We go around in the front of our temple, go around, come through the other way, come through the other side of the alleyway. Then we go from the back of the park into the park, and we do that twice.
Yeah, I mean, this year we're not able to do it. So what is your feeling? Because we do the Coventry Rath Yatra at the same time as Puri do their Rath Yatra. There you can see on the screen. And this year we're not going to do it. So how do you feel? What is your feeling?
I feel a bit sad because normally I used to cook and do other services for the Lord. So, but this year I think I've missed it out, and I will remember this day as a day that I haven't done any service to the Lord.
No, it's very good. I mean, you know, you became famous on the YouTube at age of 3. You were leading kirtan and you were pinching my melodies. So I will talk to you about that. But anyway, I'm standing alongside you. And so people have watched you grow and they think you're my son. So today's Father's Day, well done, son. And I tell them, no, it's one of the congregation members, son. And now we have your younger sister, Titiksha. You think she likes the Rath Yatra?
Yes, she's very active.
Yeah, and she's at the moment memorizing some shlokas. Which ones?
She's learning the Gopi Geet and many of the slokas from Bhagavad Gita.
So, you know, all these others, Tatiksha, how are you doing?
Good.
You're okay. So, can we have one of the verses on Gopi Geet?
Chayati terikam chamana raja chayate mera shashvadat rahe taida deshatam tishutavakhas taida sava Tamichinmate Saradudasayet Sadhusatasa Sarasyotada Shimushadisha Sadatanate Surkarasika Varanektato Mother.
Thank you, Tatiksha. That's very, very good. I'll stop you there. You've done this. You know more verses as well. So thank you so much. Now, thank you, Sadarshan Prabhu, for your views. You know, we'll have you regularly because last week you spoke Sanskrit shloka and you gave, there he is, and also Sanskrit shloka, and you gave the meaning in English. So I would encourage your children to learn the Sanskrit and also speak the English verse. So thank you so much. You look beautiful on that video. What happened to the young little boy? Look at that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, now we would like to welcome you all again, all the viewers who might be waiting for the Arati and before the Arati. Today is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disappearance day, and you might be wondering who Bhakti Vinod Thakur is. Actually, we have 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur is considered the 7th, Goswami. And the interesting thing is he remained a grihastha. He never took sannyas, but he was practicing his devotion, and he started the Renaissance period. What does Renaissance means? He revived the whole, movement of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And he was a magistrate as well, and his timetable in the day was amazing. He would do 3 hours of magistrate and do the, run the household as well. and then he would do his bhajans, and he wrote many books and many poems and songs. And the Gora Arati we're going to do is by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And today's this appearance, and we would like to thank Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He's another Father's Day hero, and because if he hadn't come, we wouldn't be enjoying this Krishna consciousness, because his son Bhaktisiddhanta was an acharya, and Bhaktisiddhanta ji is Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada, and by the instruction of his divine grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada went to America, and he always gave credit to his Guru Maharaj, saying it's because of him that I've been able to do what we've done. So today, we really hope you enjoyed the program, and we are actually going to go over to the temple, and Radha Roop and Tamal Varnam would be doing the Gora Arati, and then the other Arati will be done by our group here. So thank you for viewing it, and we will talk to you again after the Arati. It's nearly 6 o'clock. So bolo everybody with your hands up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and Jagannath Prabhu ki Jai Ho.
Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Prasad. Jaya Sachinandana.
That should be there then.
Yeah, that should be there. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurava নির্বশেষ পশ্চাচারি সদা
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajnanini Nirvashesha Sunyani Paschatati Shatanini
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktaveda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktaveda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktaveda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktaveda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Jai
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Siya Ram Hare
Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jagatguru
Jai Prabhupada,
Jayo Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jagatguru
Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada,
Jayo Gurudev Jayo Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jai Jayo Gurudev Jayo Jai Gurudev Patita Nitai Gora Hari
Nitai Gora.
Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Paravarkacharya Stotra Such His Divine Grace Aboy Charanar Vinda Srila Prabhupada Panacharya Viskan Srila Prabhupada Ki UPT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramhans Paravarkacharya Stotra Such His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Anant Kori Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Sri Vrindavan Dham, Mathura Dham, Dwarka Desh Dham, Ayodhya Dham, Damdip Dham, Mayapur Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Gangamai Jamanamai Saraswati Devi ki, Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki, Sri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Radha Kund Sham Kund Girivardhan ki, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की प्यारे साची नंदनिताय चांद की पांच तत्व की षड गोस्वामी की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ की हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की भगवद गीता की श्रीमद् भागवतम की चैतन्य चरितामृत की श्री रामायण की सनातन धर्म की भारत माँ की गौ माता की ISKCON कमेंट्री यात्रा की ISKCON वर्ल्ड वाइड यात्रा की गौर प्रेम नंदे बोलो फादर्स डे स्पेशल फेस्टिवल प्रोग्राम की जय गौर प्रेम नंदे. So we hope you were inspired by all the shots which are there about Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Sachinandanita Chan. Our Sachinandanita Chand are very, very, beautiful. And the two pujaris, Sachinandan and Bibu Gaur, day and night they're serving them and dressing them as if you're actually all going to turn up at the temple. So the standard is very high, and we really appreciate the shots. And if anybody wants to take their darshan, please contact our management, and you can be on the WhatsApp and you can receive daily darshans. And we are hoping to get some cameras so we can regularly, bit like other big temples, give you regular darshans. So now we come to the other partner, Singadev prayers, and it's very important item because Bhakti Charu Maharaj is not well in the States. He is in ICU and the whole world is chanting for him. And he's a wonderful leader, speaks ever so well, sings ever so well. He has a big place in Ujjain as well. He's a GBC. And so we all, we're going to remember him in this Singadev prayers. Also, we'd like to thank everybody for doing the Singadev prayers for Prem Mandri, who's recovering. And it was a birthday. We'll talk about it yesterday. And there is Chopin. Chopin, his father passed away last Friday, I believe. So I was told he wasn't well. So we're going to remember him. And I'm sure there's many others. So at the moment, the names are not coming to my mind. But whoever is not well, please think of them while this Singadev prayer is going on. And we would like to ask Titiksha and Sudarshan family to actually lead the Singadev prayers for the well-being and protection of the whole world, the whole universe. We need it. Thank you, Jai.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की गोपाल गुरु महाराज की जय गो परमानंद हरि हरि बोल।
Lord Nrsingadev ki jai. I mean, you can imagine Prahlad Maharaj was same age as Titiksha. I mean, you can see why Lord Nrsinga was attracted to, the young devotee. Titiksha, you did very well. I like your backing group. How much are you paying them? I hope you're paying them some good money, because they did very well as well. Okay, now, because it's Father's Day, we would like to focus on what Srila Prabhupada said about his Param Guru, Param Guru, and that's Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So we have a little clip which we are going to show you, Prabhupada's glories of Bhakti Vinod Thakur on his disappearance day. So please sit back and listen. It's Prabhupada speaking about Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Jai Ho.
Krishna, the original Father, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he spoke the Vedic knowledge to Brahma, Lord Brahma. He spoke to Narada. Narada spoke to Vyas. Vyas spoke to Madhyacharya. So, in this disciplic succession, Lord Chaitanya, from Lord Chaitanya, the six Goswamis, and similarly, coming down, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then going to Sadhguru Babaji Maharaj, then my spiritual master, then we are next generation, my disciples. So there is a disciplic succession. And the acharyas, their authorities. Our process of knowledge is very simple. We take it from the authority. We don't speculate. Speculation will not help us to come to the real knowledge. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is an ideal guru. He was not a sannyasi. He was grihastha, householder, living with family, wife, children. Still he was guru. So anyone can become guru. Not that a sannyasi can become guru. A householder also can become guru, provided he knows the science. So this Bhaktivinoda Thakur, regularly, he was coming from his office and after taking his supper, immediately goes to bed and wake up at 12 o'clock and he used to write books. He left behind him about 100 books and he excavated the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, organized how to develop that birth site, Mayapur. He had so many visions. He used to go to preach about Chaitanya's philosophy. He used to send books to foreign countries. In 1896, he attempted to send life and precepts of Lord Chaitanya in the McGill University in Montreal. So he was busy, Acharya. So one has to adjust things. Not that because I am grihastha, householder, I cannot become a preacher. Therefore, there is need of acharyas, teachers, for propagating spiritual knowledge, Krishna consciousness. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was, although he was a grihastha, householder, a government officer, magistrate, but he was acharya. So from his dealings, from his life, we should learn how one can become a preacher in any stage of life. It doesn't matter what he is. Thank you.
Seventh one. Jai Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ji, Jai Srila Prabhupada. You know, I love the old pictures, in black and white, the way they dressed up. I mean, the whole authority, the whole confidence, the gravity, they pursued their goals so well. And I think we should learn that. We should believe in ourselves more. I was actually reading about doubts, and sometimes devotees have doubts. And it's not always that the devotees have doubts about the scriptures. They have actually doubts about themselves, whether they can understand the scriptures, whether they can progress and all that. And, it is encouraged that you should have actually confidence because the scriptures are pure. So believe in them and also believe in your progress. It might be slow, but don't doubt it. So the word doubt is there. But you can see these personalities, they were the leaders, they were cutting edge, preachers. They were going out when they weren't being accepted. They got so many challenges and they established Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And what was the results? The Senapati came, Srila Prabhupada, and then around the world now everybody knows about Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta, Krishna, Japa, Mahamantra, Rath Yatra. So we really are indebted to these pioneers of this Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So now I just wanted to come local. There was some, birthday celebrations. And one of them was Sachinandanava Pujari. It was his birthday the other day. And so I texted, I said, have you, Jehu, I said, has anybody made the cake? He goes, no, nobody made the cake. So everybody, we're so sorry. And but mind you, you're a cook. You should have cooked a cake for yourself. But it's not the same thing.
No, Prabhuji, I didn't cook. I mean, Vibhuko Prabhu made pizza yesterday for me.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Was it any good? Was the pizza good? All right. I'm going to sing you happy birthday. Here we go, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sachinandan. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Sachinandan. Hare Krishna to you. Jai Ho, Jai Ho. So maybe next year we can have a cake for you. Right. Another person who had a wonderful birthday treat yesterday was Premanjari, my dear Dharampatni, my boss. I always call her the boss. And it was her birthday and she hasn't been well. But yesterday, for some reason, all the calls came. She took them and she was tired at the end of it. And we wrote a song. And there were some videos of memories of our trips in Bharat and other places. And she really, really enjoyed that. So I think we're going to sing her happy birthday. Here we go once again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Premanjari. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Premanjari. Hare Krishna to you. Now, Premanjari likes Jagannathji very, very much. And she's ringing every day, checking, is the Rath Yatra on, to the person who's organizing it. And today, when she rang, he goes, look, I'm busy at the moment. We're discussing it. So it shows you she has the contact with the management there. So we'll find out tomorrow. Now, whether there's Rath Yatra or not on Tuesday on the 23rd, we are going to have a Zoom kirtan, satsang, and glorification of the Rath Yatra on Tuesday and Anuragi Devidasi, she will, give you the timing and make all the announcements. So on Tuesday, whether there's Rath Yatra or not in Jagannath Puri, we will actually have a satsang in the evenings, and I'm going to hand over to Anuragi now. Anuragi ji, if you can tell the viewers, they might want to tune in. Can they see it on YouTube or elsewhere? So if you let them know.
Hare Krishna, thank you. I would like to thank all our online viewers today. Thank you for joining us. I can see that comment section has been quite active today. So thank you to all the new subscribers who've joined our channel. Please join our channel. It's Krishna of Vrindavan on YouTube. And as mentioned, we do have a Zoom program celebrating, which would have been the day for Rath Yatra, which is on Tuesday. So we'll still go ahead and celebrate that internally. If you would like to join our Zoom program, please send us an email at kov@krishnavrindavan.com, and you can register and join. We'll give you the details to join. So also good news, our website went live today.
Yeah.
So our temple website is now active, so you can be updated with our regular events. And you can also do your online bookings for your pujas. You can sponsor arati, sponsor burgas via the website. You can also give general donations throughout the website. I'd like to give a big thanks to Prem Prakash Gauradas, a disciple of His Holiness Devdak Swami. So he really worked hard the last few months on trying to get this website up and running, and also Varun Prabhu. So they both worked very hard, and the website address is www.krishnaofvrindavan.com. That's www.krishnaofvrindavan.com. It's in its initial stages, and there will be more content and more information added as time goes on. We'd like to thank the technical team, so Shravan Kumar Das, Radha Roop, behind the scenes, Alok Prabhu, for putting this whole program together. And the virtual tour, I'm sure you agree, was brilliant.
Was brilliant.
I'm sure we'll have the first of many more to come. And also thank you to all our interviewers who took the time out to be interviewed today. So Vidar Prabhu, Damal Prabhu, Valvarnam Das, Alok Prabhu, and Sudarshan, Bhakta Sudarshan. Hopefully we can have more of these interactive sessions forthcoming in the next coming weeks. Also, one of our devotees, her name is Satya Damodar Priya Devidasi. So she started Telugu classes teaching Bhagavad Gita shlokas to children. And there's quite a good intake. So if you would like to join your children into these Telugu classes learning Bhagavad Gita shlokas, I believe they're weekly. You can again send an email for more information to kov@krishnaofvrindavan.com. If there's any other comments or questions you would like to add or see in our Sunday programs, please do post them in the box below. And don't forget to subscribe. One more birthday we did forget, sorry, it's Chindamani Devi Dasi. It's her birthday today.
So her
birthday's today. So
happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Chindamani Devi Dasi. Happy birthday to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Chindamani. How old are you?
A woman never tells her age. So thank you, viewers. Same time, same place next week. Hare Krishna.